A quiet Monday hearing turned into the kind of legal plot twist that even seasoned court watchers didn't see coming. And yes, the judge denied Stephanie Jones' motion to compel, a motion unexpectedly supported by Blake Lively, despite her not being a party in the Jones versus Abel case at all.
So, why did she step in?
Why was evidence allegedly, adjacently withheld? And why did the judge shut the whole thing down? Grab your seatbelt, because this is the kind of legal tea that deserves a slow sip and a raised eyebrow. Most Monday hearings are predictable. Lawyers shuffle papers, judges lean back in their chairs, and everyone silently wishes the coffee were stronger. But this Monday had energy. Stephanie Jones arrived with a mission. She wanted the court to compel additional evidence she believed was being withheld by Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer Studios team. She insisted that certain materials related to the larger dispute had not been turned over, and she wanted the court to force it. All standard so far, right? Then came the twist. Supporting this motion, seemingly out of nowhere, was none other than Blake Lively, an actress, producer, public figure, and now an unexpected presence in a lawsuit she is not legally part of. Stephanie Jones pushed for a motion to compel, meaning she wanted the judge to force the other side to produce evidence she swore existed but hadn't been provided. In her view, Baldoni and the Wayfarer entities were sitting on materials relevant to the broader dispute involving Abel, materials she believed were crucial. Now, motions to compel are common, but motions supported by celebrity intervention?
Rare.
Motions backed by someone not part of the case? Even rarer. Jones argued the subpoenaed information might expose inconsistencies or illuminate aspects of the case that had been adjacently withheld, not directly hidden, but allegedly kept just out of reach. According to filings, Lively supported the motion because she believed enforcing the subpoena might reveal that Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties had withheld evidence in a way that indirectly affected her or her interests, despite her not being officially tied to the Jones versus Abel litigation. In simpler terms, she wasn't suing anyone here. She wasn't being sued. She wasn't a witness. She wasn't named. But she did want those documents. That alone made eyebrows rise across the courtroom. Lively's unexpected involvement hinted at one thing. She believed the subpoena could expose a pattern of behavior or clarify actions that mattered to her personally or professionally. But courts don't operate on vibes or suspicions. They operate on standing, jurisdiction, and procedural rules. And that would soon become the problem. After hearing arguments, the judge delivered the decision. Motion denied. But the judge didn't just deny it because they felt like it. There were concrete legal reasons, 3 to be exact. Lack of sufficient basis. Jones needed to show concrete reasons why the court should intervene. Instead, the judge determined that her claims about adjacently withheld evidence were too speculative. Courts don't compel evidence searches based on hunches. They need hard links. Lively had no standing. This was the nail in the coffin. Since Lively is not a party, does not represent a party, and is not formally connected to the lawsuit, her support of the motion carried no legal weight. Courts don't allow third-party interventions just because someone has an opinion or a theory. Without legal standing, her involvement was more dramatic than it was effective. The subpoena was already deemed adequately responded to. The judge concluded that Baldoni and the Wayfarer team had complied with what was required. Without proof of missing or withheld documents, the court had no reason to force further disclosures. This ruling doesn't end the case, but it does clarify something important. The judge is not going to entertain speculative fishing expeditions, no matter who's backing them. For Jones, this means she'll need stronger evidence if she wants further court-ordered disclosures. For Baldoni and Wayfarer, it provides temporary relief. They don't have to comb through additional records or revisit already settled subpoena issues. And for Lively, that's where things get interesting. When someone with the influence and visibility of a celebrity takes the unusual step of inserting themselves, however indirectly, into litigation, it's rarely random. While this denial doesn't shift the legal landscape dramatically on paper, it changes the narrative tone of the case. A third-party celebrity involvement signals the dispute may be wider in scope than previously assumed. The suggestion, however unproven, of adjacent withholding plants a seed of curiosity for both legal observers and the public. The judge's sharp refusal shows the court is willing to stay focused, disciplined, and unmoved by outside noise. Stephanie Jones didn't get the evidence she sought. Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer avoided another round of disclosures. And Blake Lively walked out with more questions hovering over her than when she walked in. So now, I want to hear from you. Why do you think Blake Lively stepped into this case? Drop your thoughts, theories, or questions below. I'm genuinely curious to see where you stand. And if you found this breakdown eye-opening, share it, repost it, or send it to a friend who loves real-life legal drama as much as you do.